This podcast is intended for adults 18 years and older. It contains explicit language and sexual situations. All thoughts and opinions expressed are of our own and not of those of any specific group, employer, or individual, and is not intended to take as professional advice.
Welcome to the Foreplay Podcast. Join the journey, experiences, and sexual adventures of two high school sweethearts navigating through the swinging lifestyle as millennials. Come along for the ride. Dare to play.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Foreplay Podcast. This is Bella.
This is Jase.
Today's episode is some advice and tips on what to do before you go to a swinging lifestyle club. So maybe it's your first time, or maybe you've been a few times, but you just want some tips on how to make it go a little bit smoother. Here are some tips, advice, I guess hacks that you could say that we recommend, things that we personally do to make the experience a bit smoother for us. First and most important, before attending any lifestyle club, one of the most important things you can do is have a conversation about rules, boundaries, and expectations with your partner. And every couple's boundaries is going to look a little different, and it's important that both partners understand and agree on them before walking through the door. These conversations are going to help create trust and give both people a better understanding of what they're comfortable with, and knowing your boundaries ahead of time can also make it a lot easier to navigate situations in the moment. Rather than making those important decisions under pressure, you've already taken the time to discuss them together beforehand. And the more prepared you are, the more confident you're going to feel when you get to the club. It's really important to talk about what each of you hopes to get out of the experience as well, because maybe you're hoping to make some new friends or find a spicy connection or explore something new together, or maybe you just want to observe and hang out together and connect, or maybe you want to try just some exhibitionism for just the two of you. And having hopes is completely normal and can really add to the experience. However, it's really important to remember that hopes and expectations are not the same thing. Lifestyle events are social environments, and there's many factors that are out of your control. So going in with high expectations can often lead to disappointment even when you've had a great night overall. This is from experience. We recommend setting one simple expectation, and that's just to have fun with your partner. If you make a great connection, that's just a bonus. And if nothing spicy happens at all, the night will still be a success if you enjoyed the experience together, whatever that may be. A lot of our favorite nights at clubs have had nothing to do with play and everything to do just with the memories we created together as a couple. And when you focus on enjoying the journey rather than chasing a specific outcome, you're going to have a much better experience overall. And be open to talking to people without those expectations too. Just having casual interactions can sometimes blossom into an amazing friendship, or at the very least, a really nice human moment. The best lifestyle experiences often happen when you stay open-minded and let the night unfold organically.
Another thing to kind of prepare for Lifestyle Club, if you are hoping to have those spicy experiences, like Bella said, it's okay to have those hopes, not expectations, but I'm just going to briefly talk about grooming here. That is something that you might want to take care of. I said everyone kind of does their own thing. I'm not getting too much detail, but just something to think about is grooming, everywhere, taking care of yourself, looking nice, presentable before you go to the club. Make sure to be clean, smell nice, trim hairs if you want to, shave them, epilate them, whatever it is that makes you feel nice and presentable. Just keep that in mind whenever you're going to these clubs. The next thing we need to talk about is dressing on theme. And so if you did not know, lifestyle clubs will have theme nights. They are going to vary vastly. You can generally check the club's website to see what the themes are that are coming up. Every club is going to be a little bit different. You're going to have clubs where some people dress more on theme. Some clubs where people do not dress very on theme at all. As a general rule, I would say females dress up a little bit more on theme than males at clubs. It's a little bit different than like lifestyle vacations, but at the clubs, I would say people do dress up, but people do not generally go all out. Now, maybe your club does, and so that's something you're going to kind of have to figure out with time. But preparing and getting dressed up on theme is something that we definitely highly recommend. We'd highly recommend if it's something that you feel comfortable with. And it's something that you like to do. You do not need to dress up on theme if you do not feel comfortable, if you don't like dressing up on theme. It's all about what makes you and your partner have fun together. But for us, what we personally like is when we do dress on theme, we're kind of able to start preparing for that party before it starts. So let's say that the party is happening on Saturday. We look at the theme the week before. Oh, it's glow night. What are we going to wear? You start talking about that, having those conversations. So it kind of lets you enjoy the party before it actually starts.
Another thing with themes and schedules are there are certain themes that tend to attract more people. So if you're wanting to go to the club when it's not as busy, first of all, it's like the certain days, usually a night throughout the week is going to be less busy than a Saturday night. And if it's a glow night or a lingerie night or a fetish night, those three are the ones that are, and Valentine's Day or any holiday, those are typically going to be the nights that are going to be the busiest. So the themes, and it might not fall, Valentine's Day party might not fall on Valentine's Day exactly. So just check the schedule and then kind of see what the themes are. And so if you're wanting to go on a super busy night, choose a theme that is more popular, like the ones that we just said. And then some other ones that are really popular, 80s are pretty popular. Ones that I would say are less popular would be like a color night. Sometimes people go and it's not like as busy as if you were to go on a glow night.
If you don't feel like dressing up on theme, we'd still highly recommend getting your outfit that you're going to wear together early. You can do that together. You can look at those outfits together, but it's the same thing where you can kind of start to get excited like, oh, you look so great in your dress. Oh, you look so nice dressed up. We like to always talk about, looking clean, presentable, putting your like best foot forward. But that's something else that there's nothing worse than, and I know we've both done it ourselves, where we're going to go to the club on Saturday night. We don't look at the theme, we don't look at anything, and then we're trying to get ready that night, and then you try something on, it just doesn't look how you want it to. You're trying to rush to not be late, but now you're not wearing something. And then it adds this pressure that's really so much unnecessary. It's just unneeded. So even if you're wearing a normal outfit, we'd still recommend, especially if you're newer, maybe get that ready a few days beforehand. Do that together. That way, at least, even if you're not dressing on theme, that night, whenever you get there, you're not worrying about, hey, does this look good? Because you tried it on a couple days ago. So that's another big tip, is just to kind of try to get those outfits together a little bit earlier. And we'll briefly mention it, but it is also kind of a conversation starter, an icebreaker. When you're dressed up on theme, and maybe even if it's just a small theme, it's a very easy way to be like, hey, we're both on theme. I love your outfit. I love your theme outfit. To kind of more elaborate you go, if maybe, your club does more elaborate outfits, people are more likely to come up and say something to you about it. So it's kind of that conversation starter. So that's something else that's just really nice about themes in general.
Another tip we always recommend is researching the venue before you attend it. Another tip we always recommend is researching the venue before you get there, before you plan to attend it. Every club and event has its own rules and expectations, so it's helpful to know what you're going to walk into before you arrive there. And taking a little time to learn about the venue can help reduce those first-time nerves and make you feel a lot more prepared. The more familiar you are with a venue, the more comfortable you'll feel whenever you get there. And it's also important to review all of the rules as well. So you want to check things like dress codes, operating hours, the membership requirements, pricing, alcohol policies, and event-specific guidelines. Some clubs have different policies depending on the night, such as rules for couples-only nights or different nights that allows singles as well. So knowing these details ahead of time can help you avoid those surprises and ensures that you're properly prepared. And beyond the rules, it's simply helpful just to learn about the venue itself. Looking at photos, reading reviews, or watching videos can really give you a better idea of the layout and overall vibe before you get there. And that familiarity can make that experience feel a lot less intimidating whenever you walk through the door for the first time. And a little research beforehand can really go a long way towards helping you feel more relaxed, confident, and ready to enjoy the experience.
So the next tip is to do a little pre-club date. And so there's multiple different ways. Maybe you could do like what we used to do whenever we first got in the lifestyle. We were living in Oklahoma, which actually we are currently again. But at that time, we would drive to Dallas. Colette was the biggest club around us, and we would make a weekend out of it.
It still is.
Oh, it still is, yeah.
We might have to do it again.
Yeah. But it was so much fun. And what we would do is we would leave on a Friday. We would get down there. Friday night we'd have dinner together. We would go, walk around some places. Saturday we kind of sleep in, spend time connecting. And then we'd put our outfits on at night, get ready, go to the party. And you really felt connected before you ever even got to the party. That's a huge thing, is that feeling, that connection, being on the same page. You can have those conversations like she was talking about at the beginning. You can kind of talk about hopes that you have, or you just kind of get excited about it. And we also recommend, though, even if you have a local club that you love to go to, going on a date before can be really connective. And so you can go to dinner. We recommend not getting something like super heavy, because sometimes that can make you not feel as like sexy and stuff when you're at a club like that. But going and getting a dinner together, being able to talk, kind of slow down, unwind, get a little bit more into that lifestyle mentality, because maybe you have work going on, you have things going on, your mind's going a billion miles an hour. And so to be able to kind of stop, relax, and then go into that environment, it makes it that much more fun overall. So kind of doing that little club date night type thing, we highly recommend.
This podcast is brought to you by us, Bella and Jase. If you're going on a vacation, or maybe you have a gift that you want to give your other lifestyle friends and you're looking for lifestyle clothing, we have the best apparel on the market for you. We have not only clothing, bikinis, swimsuits, we have backpacks, tumblers, cups, anything that you can name, we probably have it. You can find that at foreplay.com/shop.
Let's say you're at a party, you're going on vacation, things are moving a little bit slow. Maybe you want some conversation to flow. Maybe you want to move stuff towards play. Well, we have the perfect game for you. It's called Foreplay the Game. It is a digital and physical lifestyle icebreaker game, and you can find out all about it at foreplay.com/games. That's number 4, OURPLAY.com/games.
If you don't have a lifestyle vacation planned, a resort or a cruise planned, why not? You can join us. You can find that at foreplay.com/playcation. We have not only information about the events and trips that we'll be on this year, but also other options for you as well. And it doesn't cost any extra for you to book through our links, but helps us a lot, helps us continue to be able to make this type of content for you. Now back to the show. Another pre-club tip is considering putting together a swinger go bag before attending an event or going to the club. A go bag is basically a small bag filled with items that you will want readily available throughout the night, especially if the venue has playrooms. So having everything in one place means that you won't have to run back to your room or your locker or your car or your hotel room when the moment arises. Common items people like to include are protection wipes, personal hygiene products, toys, fragrance spray, hand sanitizer, or any other essentials that they may want easy access to. We'll have a separate video linked below that goes into detail about everything we personally keep in our go bag. And the biggest benefit of a go bag is the convenience and peace of mind. Instead of scrambling to gather supplies when you need them, everything is already packed and ready to go. So it can help you feel more prepared and allow you to stay focused on enjoying the experience rather than worrying about what you forgot. Even more than a small go bag, you can have your whole, swinger club bag. We actually have that ourselves, where we're inside of our bigger bag, which is a pineapple backpack. Yeah. It's literally shaped like a pineapple. So that's going to hold our alcohol, because the clubs that we usually go to are bring your own alcohol. So it's going to have that in there, the cups that we like to bring, straws, extra, panties, or whatever it is.
A lock. Lots of clubs have lockers. So we keep a lock in there so that, and usually clubs you can rent a lock, and let's say you give them $10 or whatever it is. At the end of the night, you get the lock back, you get a deposit back. But we just always liked having our own lock, because sometimes they don't have any more, or they run out, or whatever it is. So we kept a lock in there.
So just anything even bigger than what you would have in your little go bag, that's another thing that we would highly recommend as well. Other than just the tiny one that has your condoms and all of that stuff in it. Everyone's bag is going to look a little different depending on their personal preferences and their personal needs. And taking those few minutes to prepare one before an event can really make everything run smoother and then overall be more enjoyable as well.
So there you have kind of everything we feel like you really need before going to your first lifestyle club. I think the biggest thing is to remember is to connect with your partner. Stay connected with your partner and make that your priority. That's what's gonna make it a great night. I said go through, prepare as much as you can, kind of get everything, all your ducks in a line essentially, and then go. Anything you can do to remove stress and make it kind of as straightforward as possible can kind of take that stress away, especially if you're newer. But we also highly recommend, even if you've been going to lifestyle clubs for a long time, to do that before you go to a new club. Every time that we were in a new state, or we were in a different country, we want to go to a club, we look up the rules, we look up the venue, we do all of this stuff every single time just to familiarize ourselves, make sure you're getting there on time. See, kind of just read reviews, do all that kind of stuff. It really, really helps.
And not to put this in your head to be over prepared though, so yes, we're giving you some advice to kind of help ease your way into it, but also don't overthink all of this. If you don't want to look up all of the rules, I will say you should look up the rules, but if you don't want to really go in depth and look at all the pictures and do every little single thing that we said on here and have your go bag and all that, you don't have to go over the top on everything. Don't try to prepare so much that you get too much in your head that you can't enjoy the experience too. So also keep that in mind. If you're more of a type B person, then sometimes this kind of can overwhelm you. So, with all of our advice, you want to take it with a grain of salt. Take what is going to make sense to you, and then you can apply. You can apply that. But if all of it doesn't feel like it makes sense to you, don't feel like you have to do every single step.
Everything we're trying to do here is just give you advice of pieces that you can take that hopefully make your journey a little bit easier, and pieces that you can even have a conversation about, because maybe it's something that will help overall. So thank you guys so much for listening to that podcast, and we will go ahead and jump into Belle and Jace's
Weekly Obsessions.
I love how I never know if you're really going to sing one or you're not going to. And
Me plugging my ear right here,
yeah,
like
like
I'm
you're
really
really
going
doing
for
something.
It.
Yeah.
Maybe one day we should like actually
Pre-planned.
yeah.
Okay.
And then like I'll go up high, you go up low. I mean, go down low, and then we harmonize, and then they'll be like, "Whoa, what the fuck?"
Yeah, they're really doing it.
Yeah, they're
okay.
really going for
We have
it.
to remember
We'll
that though.
take
I feel like the
some
problem is
lessons and-
we remember these things whenever we're like about to do it. Like I remember
yeah.
the next time we're gonna film or record something, like that's when I remember it's like when we're about to do it, I'm like, oh shit, we forgot to plan.
Yeah.
But maybe we can really try to plan it.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
We're not going to. Let's be real.
Why don't you go with your obsessions first?
My obsessions are, one is a music obsession. And Olivia Rodrigo came out with her new album recently called You Look Pretty Sad for a Girl in Love. And Jase asked me where it ranks in my Olivia Rodrigo discography. And I think I like it more than Guts. I don't know if I necessarily like it more than Sour, but Expectations, I think, is one of my favorite Olivia Rodrigo songs. So I don't know, it's kind of hard, but my favorite songs on the album are Expectations is my first, and I love You Plus Me Equals Heart. I love that one. There's something about the album that feels, especially You Plus Me Equals Heart, it feels so nostalgic. It feels like I'm in 5th grade or a teenager. I know that's like not around the
I
same
saw
time.
I saw a funny thing, and it was a meme of someone, and it was like me as a 40-year-old sitting on New York City subway. Wow, she really made an album for a teenage girl just like me.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like I'm writing in my diary and I'm like kicking my feet up in the air and just like being giggly. Like that's what it feels like. And maybe not when I say 5th grade because we moved recently, and Jase found my old diaries from when I was like 10 years old, 12 years old. Well, how old are you in 5th grade? 11? I think 11 or 12.
11,
anyway, so I'm just like reading it, and like after reading it and then listening to the album, that's what it feels like. I don't know, I used to like write notes to your friends and, you know, draw all these hearts and like change it, your last name to, I saw like pages where I played MASH with like different people's names in it, and it's so funny. But that's what it feels. It feels like nostalgic and just happy. So maybe it is my favorite, but I love that one. I love Stupid Song and Drop Dead. Those are my favorite.
The whole album is really good,
Yeah,
though.
that's
Like
good.
the whole album is really, really great. I also don't know where it ranks for me. I think the truth is, I think I need more time with it before I really know. Like I have the other albums, I feel like I've listened to so many times, and like even with Guts, I liked it at the beginning, but it took me a while before I truly like loved it.
Yeah.
Same with Sour, right? So this one, like I already do love it, but maybe I'll love it more with time. Maybe I don't know. So
What's
I would
your
have
top
to-
3 songs?
Drop Dead, Expectation, and Stupid Song
Yeah.
are my 3 favorite on that album. But like I said, maybe with more time, I'd like other ones even more. So I will continue to listen to it, and maybe at some point I'll update you, you know, if it changes. But
Does it make you feel like your teenage years as like a guy? Can you relate to that,
all
or
I
does it
feel
not
like
really?
is what it makes me feel like is, I guess, in a sense, I understand what you're saying, but no, what I feel is like it makes me think of Amanda Bynes, Hilary Duff, those old Disney movies when they would go and she would date a rock star in Rome, like the Lizzie McGuire movie.
Yeah.
It feels like that to me.
So which
It
is
gives
a
that
similar
environment
vibe.
of
Yeah.
those teenage girls that are like, 16 and they're falling in love for the first time or whatever that is. That I feel like those movies. I feel like, what's that one with Princess Diaries, where she like kicks her heel up or whatever, like
Yeah.
she wants her foot to pop, whatever. Like it makes me think of those movies.
It
So
sounds
I
like it
guess
could
in
be
a
in the soundtrack
sen-
too.
So I guess in a sense, like I understand where you're coming from because I feel like that's what those girls were feeling.
Yeah.
So I guess it doesn't make me feel like that, but I get the vibe.
You
that
never
it's-
feel like you need to pop your foot up whenever you kiss somebody in high school. Wait, it's Jason and I have been together since we were 15. I don't know if did you ever, I don't know, did you feel like that? Have you ever felt
like a teenage girl.
Yeah. Have you ever felt
mean-
like a teenage girl?
I don't like. I never really had a diary, or things like that.
You're missing out.
I mean, I definitely don't think I fully experienced it.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, maybe there's like little parts of it I felt, but I definitely I don't have that feeling that the album gives me, but I understand the feeling it's giving, and it makes me feel happy because it feels nostalgic.
Yeah.
Which I enjoy, and it brings me back to those times of like, I love those movies. Like I've always loved like Aquamarine. Like I don't know, just all that vibe. That's what it gives me. And I loved those movies. I still love those movies. So I get joy from it, but I don't feel like it was like me, if that makes sense.
Even the visualizers feel like that. There was this book that I used to read. I think it was called like, not Amelia Bedelia. I can't remember.
Was it a little pig?
No, a pig?
Wasn't one with a little pig?
What's
I feel
that
like the
with you and
handwriting
little
was...
pigs?
No, there was one that like, I swear there was this book and it had these drawings of these pigs and it had the same
Peppa
curly
Pig?
type. No, not Peppa Pig. And it had the same curly type lettering of her album and stuff. Maybe not.
I don't remember it being a pig, but I do remember there was one. Oh man, I'm gonna have to look it up. And I know you girls out there who are, or maybe guys, if you were born like in like early 90s and you were teenagers in the early 2000s, there was a book that you would draw this character that kind of looked like the same vibe of the visualizers. I swear I started with an A. Jase is looking it up, and I see Peppa Pig. Oh, not Peppa Pig. What was the Charlotte's Web?
Maybe I'm having a Mandela effect and this isn't real.
Maybe.
I don't know what it was. So maybe it doesn't remind me of anything.
Oh, Richard Scary. That reminds me of.
Nothing that I'm looking at is what I was thinking of. So I have no clue what I was thinking of. But regardless, I still know the vibe that it's giving. So.
And my other obsession, sorry, that was kind of long. If you're still around here, though, you know, you guys are the real ones. This is just us chatting.
Yeah,
yapping.
also the actual information wasn't crazy long on this one. It wasn't like a super long informational podcast. So
I wonder how many % of people stop it before Weekly Obsessions.
how many people stop it after they click start?
Well, that's
like at
true.
the intro,
Yeah.
like a YouTube video. It's like your drop off waits 20 seconds.
So my other obsession is I have a craft room now, like my whole little room for all of my crafting and like business kind of stuff. And I really wanted a yarn wall. I was going to do a pegboard yarn wall, and that's like the most popular thing. But you know, Jase and I love a magnet board. Like we love magnets. On the
very
cruises, you can just put magnet hooks on things and all of that kind of stuff. And I got a 3D printer recently that I haven't even hooked up yet or tried to use yet. But I know that I can make containers and all things like that. So I actually made, instead of a pegboard, I was like, well, what if I just use a sheet of metal? So I got 2 sheet metals, or I think it's like galvanized steel, and it's behind me, and it's like imagine like a really long whiteboard, but it's metal. And I'm going to make these dowels that are connected to a magnet, and then that's what I'm going to use as my yarn wall. So in addition to that, I can also use it as like a memo board, and I believe I can even use a dry erase marker on it. So I really like how it looks. I think it's pretty cool. Like, I don't know, it's kind of like rustic. It's not as organized looking.
It doesn't go like exactly what the rest of the vibe are ourselves, but it looks crafty and it looks like the vibe of your room. Like it feels
chaotic.
Well, not just that, no, but it feels like how do I say this? So there's someone like me who does DIY stuff and it looks DIY. It looks handmade, right? You make things that are handmade but don't necessarily look handmade, but like there's this craftiness to them. That's what that looks like to me. Like it looks like DIY'd, but like beyond the point of what a normal person could do. Like it looks like too good to be DIY. Like that's the kind of things that you do with everything. So that's the kind of vibe it gives me.
Yeah, it feels like my crochet stuff, where it feels like handmade, but kind of whimsical, but not, which I like to have that kind of space like that, because the rest of our house and like decor and stuff is very organic, modern, very clean looking. So I like having that little chaotic side, I guess. I don't know, but that's my obsession right now, is my metal wall. I also put, Jase actually thought it was real wood, which I am so surprised, but I found long story short, we bought this paneling. If you look up like wood slat panels online, they have this vinyl roll that's like a sticker, okay? Like almost like wallpaper that looks like that.
We have some real deal one for our office.
Yeah, we do.
But we were going to do it in the gym. in our garage.
Yes. And it turned out we didn't order enough, and for the amount that it would have cost to continue the whole vinyl, we could have just bought the slats from like Home Depot.
Yeah.
So we have a ton of it left over. So I decided to cut those and use the wood part, like the light oak looking wood, as a trim for that metal. And Jase, from far away, like it really does kind of look like wood, like it really does. So I like that there's like trim of that. And we're also going to use that on our mirror, our IKEA mirror that everybody has. So I'm excited for that.
We've had that mirror for a long time. But now it's
When
going to be
we first
upgraded.
moved-
That's
I
pretty cool. It's moved
know.
so many houses and we've never broke it, which I'm very thankful for.
Knock on wood somewhere.
Knock
we
on
have
the wood panel that we have for the...
the fake wood panel.
I don't know if we have any...
no,
yeah,
everything
yeah,
is
pretty much
MDF.
everything is, yeah. But anyway, it looks good. So I have two obsessions. One is we went back and we're not that far into it. We started watching Riverdale.
You love Riverdale.
I love Riverdale. And I started watching it because I love Madeline Pesh. Like, she's one of my biggest celebrity crushes of all time. I just absolutely love her. I watched this movie called Maintenance Required, and just like my life has changed since then. Something's different about me, and I love her. So I was like, I want to. That's where I first got the idea. I was like, I want to watch it because I know that was like where she got her like bigger start. And the cast, there's just so many people. Like Lily Reinhart's in there, KJ Apa. There's a lot of people that I feel like kind of got their start on Riverdale. And it's crazy because so much happens every episode. It's like a telenovela. It's like a soap opera. Like, it's like...
We're on episode 5 of season 1.
Yeah, and it's like, I feel like I've watched 7 seasons. Like, so much happens. And I feel like you have a show like Pretty Little Liars, right? It was like 7 seasons to figure out who A was. I feel like this show, you're like, wow, how are we going to figure this out? The next scene, you figure out the answer. Like, it's so much storyline.
Well, you figure out the answer, but then there's more to it, and so then it like unlocks a different thing. You're like, what is happening?
Yeah, it feels crazy, but it's just fun. It's a little silly. Some of the lines are kind of stupid.
Silly.
But,
What was that orange line?
oh yeah, at the very beginning, because KJ Apa has like red hair or orangish red hair, and one of the girls is Camila Mendez is who it is, and she's like, who's that boy? I've tried every flavor of boy but orange. Like, it's just funny things that are just like, it's so stupid and silly, but it's fun and enjoyable. And the fact of watching it later now, after all these people have become much more famous and are like kind of doing different cool stuff in their careers, to go back and see, like, I don't know, it's been really fun, and I've really
It's like
enjoyed
watching
it.
High School Musical for the first time and seeing like everybody.
Yeah, but watching it now, like I watch, you know, I say watch,
Yeah.
so I think that's really fun. Also, you never have to wait for episodes, right? Like, you know, they're
Yeah,
already
they're all
out.
out.
You know, it's
It's
gonna have an
done.
ending. I don't know how it's gonna end, but it's going to. Somehow I haven't been spoiled. I don't know how, but we'll find out. But I really enjoyed that. My other one is there's a song that came out that is Cat's Eye, Le Seraphim, and Islet, and it's called Iconic by Mistake. And I'm so, the chokehold that this song has me in.
The second that music video comes on the TV, Jay stops what he's doing and just is enamored. Like, it just it never fails. As soon as he hears it, he'll like come out and watch the video.
I'm obsessed with it. I'm so obsessed with it. It's so fun. And specifically, I love Cat's Eye. Like, I love Cat's Eye so much. Like, it's crazy how much I love Cat's
Yeah.
Eye. They're one of like my favorite groups of all time. Like, I just feel like, I don't know, it's just, there's something about them, and like I love that they're like this girl group, and I feel like,
Because they're global.
Yeah, and it's
Jace
just, like-
always says how he loves that there's so many different cultures that are all
yeah,
one.
and like they all represent their culture so well. And like they were wearing something on stage a few days ago at one of their shows, and like they all had their own languages written on their jackets. And like they all represent their cultures, which I feel like so beautiful. And I don't know, I love their music. I like their vibe. I'm obsessed with Cat's Eye. And so Iconic by Mistake, the music video is awesome. The dance video is awesome. It's all awesome. I'm obsessed with it, and
the
I listen to it all the
lyrics,
time.
the lyrics are so fun because we feel like we can really relate to them with like type of content that we put out, because we get so much hate, and it's like literally because of your hate, that's why we're able to do.
Yeah, not
what
you
we-
guys that are
yeah,
actually
not
listening
you.
to this,
Yeah.
but the people that just comment
To the
horrible
haters.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
to all the haters that comment on our stuff
Like,
regularly.
thank you.
I know they're not
actually.
listening to this part of the podcast because you guys are the real OGs. I don't think there's
I don't
any
know. Like sometimes your haters are your like biggest. They follow you the most. Like the people who say that they hate you.
Yeah,
the
if you're
most,
a hater, drop a thumbs down emoji right now in the Instagram, guys.
Yeah, well, and I mean thumbs down, not as in the Project Hail Mary thumbs. I mean, they need a different one. Can you imagine
An X.
what haters?
An X emoji, please, if
An
you're a
X
hater.
emoji? Yeah,
If you're-
only an X. If you're a hater,
And you've listened this far?
yeah.
Thanks.
You're why we're iconic by mistake.
But yeah, thank you guys so much.
X
I'm
emoji, so stupid.
I'm gonna end this before we go any further. But thank you guys so much for listening to this podcast. It's been so much fun to kind of go through, talk about some stuff to help you prepare the club, but also talk about some sessions. That's so fun. But thank you guys for listening, and we'll go ahead and hit you with the outro.
Bye.
If you'd like to support the show, you can leave us a 5-star review wherever you're listening to our podcast. All our information will be listed in the show notes below and on our website, fourplay.com. That's number 4, OURPLAY.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel where we make videos and vlogs about the swinging lifestyle. Head to fourplay.com/YouTube to watch and subscribe. We have the ultimate adult party game for the sexually inclined called Foreplay the Game that's both digital and physical. It's perfect for breaking the ice and spicing up any party. You can find more information at foreplay.com/games. We also have the best swinger lifestyle, kinky, and adult humor clothing and accessories that you can find at foreplay.com/shop. If you're looking to plan a lifestyle destination, booking through our links at foreplay.com/travel really helps support the show and helps us be able to continue to create this type of content for you. We're on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and more. You can find all our current social media accounts at foreplay.com/socials, and I have an OnlyFans, which you can find at onlyfans.com/BellaLunaVIP. We also have a Facebook group and Discord community and would love for you to join us. You can find the direct links in the show notes below. Lastly, we're on STC and Cassidy at Foreplay, and you can get a free full membership trial by using our link. You can email us at hello@foreplay.com with any questions or comments, or head to foreplay.com/ask. Again, all our information will be listed in the show notes below, and we thank you so much for listening to our podcast. See you in the next one. Bye!